Once again, completely right. DVDs are on a trend of a negative downward swing, and we got 4K still booming it up. So let's start our engine into the physical media by the number breakdown video. Today we talk about the top 20 sellers of a previous week. I give you my thoughts and recommendations on every single title there. That way you can make more informed buying decisions for your own collecting needs in the future, of course. And then we talk about the market share breakdown where we celebrate physical media, all the formats you love. We look at how DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks compare to one another in terms of overall sales. Like I said, some great numbers again this week. Then, of course, we talk about the state of collecting and movie watching and where does it all go in the future. So if it sounds like you're in the right spot, my mega collecting friend, go ahead and mega smash that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you never miss a physical media by the number breakdown video. And leave in the comments below what titles did you pick up last week. But let's go ahead and get into the list of Banger Bangers! So here at the bottom, we got Gladiator 2 from Paramount. A lot of Paramount 4Ks went on sale. So happy to see that fun sword and sandal sequel there. Next up, we got Transformers 1 from Paramount. This movie was way better than I was expecting. Just a really good Transformers story. Next up, we got Event Horizon from Paramount, a good spooky sci-fi kind of movie, perfect for the season. I did really like this one when I watched it, so I got to go back again. Next up, we got Tron from Disney. Yes, everybody wanted to buy that overpriced steelbook, and I'm still waiting for that Tron trilogy to come out. But yep, we got Tron Legacy, of course, next. Once again, I'm not a massive fan of those two Tron movies, but I absolutely love Tron Ares and thought that was like a roller coaster ride of a movie in 3D on a big screen with some great speakers. So I really encourage checking out Tron Ares when you get the chance. Next up, we got Titanic from Paramount. Once again, Titanic, one of my favorite movies of all time. Just a perfect historical kind of drama, romance, blockbuster. Just has everything there from Jimmy C. So really like that one. Next up, we got The Sound of Music from 20th Century. I have not yet seen this movie all the way through. I've seen clips of it. Maybe it looks and sounds great in 4K. I'll have to go to try. Next up, we got Interstellar from Paramount. A beautiful looking movie on the 4K disc. So definitely really enjoy that one. I mean, one of Christopher Nolan's finest movies. Next up, we got Halloween from Lionsgate and Shout Studios. Once again, 'tis the season. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. And yeah, oh man, I can't wait to see where they take the Halloween franchise in the future. Hopefully, they can bring it back from Halloween Ends. Oh my gosh. Next up, we got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 from Paramount. Love this movie. Great family movie. Has comedy, has action, has great effect work. So really enjoyed that overall. Next up, we got a new one here with The Life of Chuck. I have not seen this movie from Decal. I believe it's a Stephen King story, if I'm not mistaken. It looked like a great cast, so I really want to check that one out. Next up, we got Zodiac from Paramount. Have not seen this one. Once again, I've heard great things about it. Isn't this like a David Fincher film, if I'm remembering correctly? Something like that. But yeah, I want to give that a try. Next up, we got a new one here from Creepshow 2. This is from Arrow Video. I've not seen any of the Creepshow movies or Creepshow series. They're anthology horror stories, right? Usually I don't love anthology films, but I heard this is like, one of the best ones, at least the first Creepshow. So should I give the sequel a try too? I don't know. You guys let me know. Next up, we got 28 years later from Sony Pictures. This I thought was a really interesting sequel. I mean, it was filmed well. It was very frantic with the editing. It was intense the whole time. Great performances. So I like that one overall. Next up, we got Halloween 2 from Shout Studios. Of course, they're going to milk that Halloween franchise money for the physical media collectors. Not a big fan of Halloween 2. I never liked where they kind of put the story direction in that one. I definitely like the original a lot more. Next up, we got a new one here from American Pie from Universal. Anything sweeter than American Pie? No way. Really love that movie. Just one of the best raunchy comedies of all time. So I will get, the whole franchise set when they do all of them together. I bet you they're going to have to, right? Eventually, or at least a trilogy, or at least actually a quadrilogy set, right? You got to have American Reunion in there. So I want all of those movies in 4K. I bet you they look great in 4K. All right, we got Ballerina from the world of John Wick from Lionsgate. Fun action movie. Not as good as the other John Wick movies, but you get what you need to out of it. Next up, we got Jurassic World Rebirth from Universal. Why is this movie still this high on this list? This movie is just not so good, in my opinion. It's like the weakest out of the Jurassic movies. It just gets so muddled with the story. The dinosaurs are weird in this one. I did not really like this one. So, but it sells. Why is Jurassic World still so popular to this day? You guys gotta let me know that in the comments below. Next up, we got a new one here with A Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film collection from Warner. Of course, that was selling like hotcakes with the pre-orders. So that's cool. I have to check out all these movies on 4K because I'm definitely a big fan of that franchise. So yeah, excellent, excellent. Next up, number one though, number one is Superman 2025 here from Warner and DC. Still selling really well. I like the movie overall, but just not as great as Man of Steel, in my opinion. So I'll get that one in a cheap like discount, you know? All right, but there you go. Some good new titles there for this week. An interesting combination. A lot of Paramount stuff there as well. Not a ton of boutique label stuff there before, a little bit of Arrow and whatnot. But I think the boutique label stuff is going to ramp up once we get to, of course, these sales again, right? Of course, we're going to have our Criterion sale around the corner. And, Kena Lorber stuff's going to pop up. And, of course, all that great boutique label stuff. So I think we'll see more of those in the future. But let's get into the market share breakdown. So let's bring up a couple different charts here. We'll bring up the latest one we have access to, which is going to be ending October 4th. And then we'll bring up the week before that, which is going to be ending September 27th. So take a look at these charts, and like I said, this is a trend here, guys. DVDs are now around 45%. Yeah, they went up a little bit from the previous week, but I'm telling you, they used to be above 50% easy all the time, but now they're struggling to get back to 50%. I think people are moving on from DVDs. I think, older consumers will collect DVDs just for the cheap prices, but as that generation passes away, then you got less people collecting DVDs, and we know the really young people aren't collecting any physical media, so that means there's going to be a more emphasis on Blu-rays and then 4Ks for premium collecting. So these numbers to me make sense with what I noticed with the generational differences there for movie watching. But yeah, 4Ks are still healthy. 31.2%, that's excellent. Blu-rays 24%. Once again, Blu-rays always the most consistent, always around 25%. So those are good numbers to me. Not disappointed by those numbers at all. Like I said, I think DVDs are going to continue to be under 50%, and well, eventually maybe they get to 30% or less. Who knows? But yeah, interesting that I was still right on the trends there when some people didn't believe. They thought the DVD drop was only going to be 1 week, but now we've noticed it over a month now, consistently under that 50% marker, and 4K is definitely booming up. And yes, of course, it's because of the sales and everything, but if the boutique labels and studios are competing with each other and they keep having these sale competitions, well, then of course you're going to sell more 4Ks, and that's going to show up in the market share. And I think we're seeing more sales than ever before because they know that's when collectors go ham on physical media collecting. So to me, it makes sense. We're going to see 4Ks continue to boom, especially throughout the holiday season. Now, let's talk about the future. What happens collecting, movie watching going forward? Well, after the holiday season, are we going to see 4Ks drop in price? Probably, because everybody spent all their money out of their wallets for the holiday shopping. I get it. It's going to happen. But I still don't think DVDs will get to the heights they once were. They're not going to be at 70% again, are they? I don't think so. Maybe they get around 50% again after the sales, but I just think their ceiling has gone down and the 4K floor has really risen. So that's what's interesting about looking at these trends. So I think once again, more people that are in the collecting market now are really interested in the premium formats, the super nice editions, and that's what's going to sell the 4K. So yeah, that's pretty darn awesome. Love to see that, of course. So I think collecting overall is going really good. Once again, you don't need to be rich to be a collector. Just got to wait for the bargain and the deals, and I cover that on this channel. So just be patient, wait for the sales. You can still collect a whole bunch of great stuff. Now, in terms of movie watching in general out there, are people going to the theaters to watch movies? No, they are not. Oh my gosh. Even though there's a ton of great movies released in October, with Tron Ares, I thought was spectacular. Roofman, I thought was a really good, heartfelt drama. And there's been some good stuff coming out, and people just are not going to the theaters for it. Why is that? Well, people are comfortable, I guess, with their 4K OLED TVs at home, and they're just waiting to pick up, once again, the physical media, or they're streaming. They're just not going out to the theaters. And to me, that's weird. We have to change that because we need to get back to the old Hollywood model. Basically, you have movies in theaters for, a few months. Then they go to, you can rent on demand type of thing. And then they go to physical media for a year or two. And then eventually, a few years later, they get to streaming, right? But that way, a movie has more and more chances to make that money. So they keep producing and making the movies. Because if these movies aren't pulling in money at the box office, then they're just flopping. And then studios are going to say, hey, we're not going to invest in that. We're not going to make these kind of movies anymore. And then we're going to get less and less quality movies out there. And we're just going to get with whatever original off of these streaming platforms, which often is not very good. I mean, like I said, 9 out of 10 times, I'm pretty disappointed with the streaming original stuff, especially with the movies. TV shows are a little bit better, but the movies, original movies, oh my gosh, they suck. But they do that on purpose because they're like, we don't need to, do a lot here. We just need to keep people happy enough so they don't cancel their streaming subscriptions. But, we don't really need to do something really extravagant because once again, they're already paying the subscription, it's just about the subscriber game for them, unfortunately. So that's why I said we need to go back to that Hollywood traditional model to give, all these great movies a chance to shine. And like I said, this is a big weekend for movies right here too. We just had a Black Phone 2 come out, of course. Good Fortune come out, and I think these are movies that should be seen. Not saying like they're the best movies of all time, but people should give them a chance. I don't think anybody's giving them a chance with how just movie watching is now in this environment. So that's really darn unfortunate. Hopefully they find an audience later, but who knows at this point. So overall, are movies doomed in the future? I think we'll of course have our small niche movie loving, fandom audience that really appreciates movies as the art form we know it to be. We'll have that, but is movies going to be for everybody out there how it used to be when we had more limited entertainment options? I don't think so. We're shrinking this audience now more than ever before as younger generations care more about social media and video games and less about movies. As older generations pass away, we just don't have that younger audience to fill in that movie fandom. So that's really disappointing. How do we get, younger people to go out to the movies, right? And enjoy movies on the big screen as they were meant to be, and then to collect physical media? I don't know the answer there, because if they do go out to the movie theaters, oh my gosh, they are not the best behaved at the theaters. I can tell you that right now. Oh my gosh, I have a Black Phone 2 story, guys, where these teenagers were just going wild at this movie screening, and I had to, get freaking management involved at Regal and tell them, what's going on here? This is completely interrupting the whole movie experience. So it's like you want younger people to enjoy movies, but you also don't want them to ruin the movie experience for others. How do we balance all that together? What's the solutions out there? I don't think there's any easy answers for any of this, guys. But I think we have hope. We have hope because we're still getting great quality movies. I mean, I've seen some of my favorite movies of all time just within this year. There's been some bangers. So you guys gotta let me know in the comments below, what are the solutions to get people to see more of these great movies so they don't just flop out there and we miss out on them all entirely? What's the solution, guys? I gotta hear from you guys in the comments below. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and mega smash that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. That way you never miss a physical media by the number breakdown video. Of course, hype up this video. Let's get this video out to the leaderboards. Let's share this video so we get people more aware of collecting and movie watching out there, and we bring in more movie fans. Isn't that what it's all about in 2025 and beyond? We've got to grow this movie collecting community, and you are a part of that movement, my friend. Of course, have a great day watching and talking your movies. Another easy way to help the channel, of course, go ahead and mega smash the next video right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.